everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Couch Warrior podcast. As always, I'm your host, Mike, and today we're going to be breaking down PFL Week 2. Not the best card, but there's a few spots that I do like. Not going to spend a huge chunk of time on this card, but we'll move through it, give you guys my spots, and then we'll head on out. I've got a few plays for ACA and Aries FC. I'll give those out at the end of the breakdown, and then we'll hop on out. If you do want to watch, if you want UFC bets, make sure to run back my show with Narco Cop on Tuesday. We broke down the entire UFC card from the bottom up. So if you need any picks, any breakdowns for that, make sure to run that one back. Narco's super sharp, and I like to think I'm okay. And yeah, let's hop right into this card we've got here for PFL Week 2, 2023. What's up, Daz? Thank you for pulling up, brother. Yeah, honestly, most of my bets are totals or props of some sort. I don't love a lot of money lines, but we'll talk about it in a sec. So for the first fight here, we've got Marina Mokhnatkina versus Yoko Higashi. Marina is 8-3-0. She's 34 years old, 5'6" with a 66-inch reach. Higashi on the other side, she's 8-2-0. She's going to be 3 years older at 37, 1 inch shorter, don't have her reach. I was pretty convinced that Higashi was shorter than her Tapology said, but after watching the face-offs, she doesn't seem to be that much smaller than Marina, so I don't think physicality will be a huge thing. But look, my initial lean was maybe try to find an angle with the dog. I know Marina, she's all right. She's got good striking. She's got a pretty credentialed Sambo background. She's pretty decent at it in MMA. But I don't think she deserves to ever be a minus 500. That said, I can't find an angle with Higashi. I really wanted to take her. She's got pretty good wrestling and grappling. I'll give her that, but I don't think it's going to work much on Marina. I just really don't. I think Marina is going to be better on the ground. And on the feet, Higashi's so bad. She's so hittable. So I think Marina is a better striker without a doubt. So minus 500, I'm good. Not going to touch the fight, but unfortunately, I can't get to the dog here, even though I really wanted to with Yoko Higashi. I just don't think she's good enough. I just don't. If Marina just shows up and has bad takedown defense for whatever reason, maybe Higashi can do it because she will bring pressure. She's got that dog and she can grapple. But personally, I don't think she'll win. So complete pass for me. The pick will be Marina, and we can move on. For this fight, we've got Evelyn Martins versus Karolina Sobek. Martins 4-0 undefeated. She's 20 years old, super young, 5'8" with the 67.5-inch reach. On the other side, you got Sobek. Sobek is 23. She's also super young, just 3 years older, 5'9". She's 1 inch taller. And I know Sobek was supposed to have a different opponent originally, but Martin's coming off of a PFL Challenger Series win, I think, like a few weeks ago against Catalina, who's like ass. Sorry, but yeah, I kind of like Sobek here. I like the underdog. Martin's actually opened as a dog. It flipped over, which I understand. She's better. She's more well known. She's probably the more well known prospect, but she doesn't really do anything that Sobek can't do. She's not like some grappling star, and Sobek, she gets like these throws in her fights, but I don't think it's gonna work at a high level. So we're gonna be on the feet. And Martin's okay. She's a pretty good striker, but she's very hittable. And I don't think she's great at striking. And she's on her back foot a lot. Sobek, if you watch the face-offs, looks quite a bit bigger than her. She's definitely going to be more physical. I like her striking at range. She fought in Bellator like 4 times, lost 3 of them. Didn't look great in those fights, but those are like 2018, 2019. We don't have any recent tape with her against good opponents. That said, she uses her length pretty well. I like how she strikes at range. I like her striking in general. And because of that, because of the size edge, I like her as an underdog here. And out of the 2 of them, she's the one who's shown more grappling, even though I don't really think it's going to be a thing here. I don't think it's good enough. But give me Sobek as the underdog. I'm going to put a half unit on her, just waiting on the line. I think we're going to get something better as tomorrow comes around. People like to do their parlays last second. So I'm going to sit around and wait. I'll do a half unit on Sobek when the time comes, and we can move on to the next fight. How do I get rid of this thing? I don't know. All right. I'll have to do. All right, for the next fight, we've got Martina Jindrova versus Amber Leibrock. Jindrova, 6'3" 0. She's 32 years old, 5'8" with the 68-inch reach. Leibrock, 6'4" 0. She's 35, 3 years older. She's going to be 4 inches taller. She's got a 4-inch reach advantage. If you watch the weigh-ins, the face-offs, you saw like Leibrock is much, much bigger here. And I like the underdog. Once again, I played her early at plus 170. You can get a better line now at like plus 205, plus 200. For a half unit, I like it a lot. Jindrova is good-ish, but she's not amazing. Like, I don't know why she would ever be favored over somebody who's also good. Like, she could be favored, but not like so heavily. She's what, minus 240. I think that's too much. I don't think Jindrova does anything special enough to be a favorite like that. I think both women are primarily strikers, and Leibrock, again, with that huge size advantage. It's a similar breakdown to the last one, where I think it's going to make a difference on the feet, and I think that's how she could win this fight. It'll be close. Neither one's going to really grapple, in my opinion, but give me the person who I think is just as good of a technical striker, who's got the reach edge, the height edge. That's who I want to back, and they're the underdog. So I'm going to take, I already took Leibrock here for plus 170, a half unit. Like I said, I like the current line as well. It's even better than what I got. And we can move on. It's going to be a close fight. I'll tell you that much, in my opinion. I just don't think that Jindrova, I think she's good. She's a good striker, but I don't think she's spectacular or anything along those lines. So we'll move on. This one's like very short notice. Castro was supposed to fight Denis Goltsov like up until like a day or two ago. But for this fight, we've got Danilo Marques versus Yorgan de Castro. Marques, he's 13-4-0, 37 years old, 6 feet 6 inches tall, 77.5-inch reach for him. Castro, 9-3-0. He's going to be 2 years younger at 35, 6 inches shorter. He's given up 3.5 inches in reach. And I took Marques. I got him as the underdog at plus 125. He's at plus 124 now. You can still get that line. He opened as a minus 200 favorite, and I like him here. Look, Castro hasn't really been out grappled all that much, so we don't have that much to work with to say, oh, he's a bad grappler, he's a good grappler. He's got a good guillotine. He's got decent jiu-jitsu as far as I could tell. But he's a striker. He's a boxer. That's really what he does. And is he going to be a better striker than Marques? Probably. But Marques, he's much bigger. He uses that length, and his striking is serviceable. It's good enough where he can hang on the feet and set up his own takedowns, or more than he doesn't really do takedowns as much as he goes against the fence, hangs on them, and drags them down, kind of like a GM3. So, in my opinion, I think that's what happens here. I think on the feet, it's close. Whenever Castro closes into the pocket, I think that it's going to get pretty difficult for Marques, and I think Castro can land and hurt him, but I think Marques is going to land himself as well. I think he'll survive any big shots from Castro, and I think he's going to push him up against the fence and either eventually get that sub or pick up a decision. I think it'll probably be the sub, but Castro's never been submitted. Can't be too confident in that. So as an underdog, I'll just put the unit on him at plus 125. I think he's going to use that grappling, that size edge, the physicality edge, and win the fight. Real quick catch up with the chat. Anthony, thanks for tuning in. Hey, Mike, credit for breaking these downs. Yeah, honestly, my numbers with PFL are better than UFC. If you look on my Bet MMA, this is my best promotion, even though it hasn't been that great to me this year. But knock on wood, maybe we'll get back to it. Daz, my guy, on the under 2.5. That's for the Jindrova fight, I think. Not a bad look. Definitely not a bad look. Both women are pretty hittable. But we'll move on. All right, for this fight here, we've got Marcelo Nunes versus Maurice Greene. Nunes 9-1-0. He's 34 years old, 6'3" with a 76-inch reach. On the other side, you've got Greene. He's 10-7-0, 36. He's 2 years older. He's going to be, 4 inches taller at 6'7", 6-inch reach advantage with 82-inch reach, and he's been training with John Jones. Who knows how that helped him. But yeah, I'm on Nunes here. No money line bet for me. The money line sucks. And Nunes, he's a great grappler. He's a good wrestler, but he's not good on the feet. He's got bad cardio, and he's not the most trustable person. And Greene, I think he's a little bit of a better striker. He definitely has that reach. He can use that length, but he's ass. Dad's bringing it up. Yes, he was in the UFC. He got a sub against John Vellante. I think like he hit that at like plus 1,000. He fought. He wasn't very good. Long story short, he had a 24% takedown defense that I remember. I do think he gets taken down. I do think he gets subbed, and if not, he gets controlled, and Nunes wins a decision. But if it doesn't happen early, Nunes has a bad gas tank. Greene has a decent gas tank, and I wouldn't be surprised if Greene, 1 minute on the feet and maybe even knocked out and exhausted Nunes. So I was tempted on the over 1.5 when it was minus 105, but now at minus 150, I'm good. And I did play Nunes by sub. I got him at plus 120. It's plus 100 now. That not that much different. I put a half unit on it, and I think that's the most likely outcome. I really do. But it's risky. That's why I don't put more than like a half unit on it, because Greene is long. He's difficult to deal with. Marcelo Nunes hasn't really faced opponents like Maurice Greene. We don't know how that grappling is going to work out here, but I really do think he gets on top and gets a sub. So we'll move on. I won't keep beating a dead horse. All right, I'm hyped for this one. We've got Renan Ferreira versus Rizvan Kuniev. Ferreira, he's 9-3-0, 33 years old, 6'8", with an 85-inch reach. On the other side, you've got Kuniev. He's 12-2-1. He's going to be 3 years younger at 30. Going to be 4 inches shorter, and he's giving up 9 inches in reach. Look, Ferreira, we all got so excited about him like last season for like a hot second when he got 2 knockouts in a row in the first round, because he's like so big and he's so athletic and like he looks like a monster. And then he just gets exposed 2 fights in a row with the grappling. I mean, first he gets out-grappled by Klidson Abreu, which was shocking to me. And he lost a decision there. And then he loses to Ante Delia, who I think is pretty good, but he got out-grappled. Kuniev, he's never fought at an extremely high level. He's at, I think, most, or if not, like a decent amount of his fights in Eagle FC under Habib's promotion. He did fight on the Contender Series. He won that fight, I think, in the second or third round. Dana didn't like him for some reason. He's definitely one of the better heavyweights who's fought in the Contender Series, so I don't know why he didn't get signed, but he didn't get signed, and now he's here in the PFL. He's got the weapons to win this fight. It's pretty simple. Ferreira has shown a deficiency in the takedown defense and the grappling and the ability to get back up. Kuniev is a very good wrestler. Kuniev can box too. He's a decent striker. He doesn't have the strength, the power, or the physicality of Ferreira, but in the pocket, up close, in the clinch, he can find success too. I think he's probably going to take him down and ground and pound him at some point, but I didn't really want to bet on it too much. I played the over. I got the over at minus 105 for a half unit. It's now currently minus 145. The price is a little steep now. I just think that Ferreira, he'll survive, but I think he's going to get out wrestled. And I like playing overs when I've got a wrestler against somebody who doesn't have good takedown defense. So, yeah, give me Kuniev. The only way I haven't played other than the over is I parlayed him with Michal Andrusik. That fight is not now canceled, so it's just a straight bet on Kuniev at minus 215 for 1.2 units. I wouldn't have done it. I just wanted him in that parlay, but at this point, I'm going to let it ride. Nothing I could do. And, yeah, give me Kuniev. Give me Kuniev via wrestling. All right, I'm going to be so quick with this one. We've got Biaggio Ali Walsh versus Isaiah Figueroa. Walsh 2-1-0. He's 5'10" with a 71-inch reach. Figueroa 1-1-0. This is an amateur fight, by the way. He's 5'8", 2 inches shorter. Don't have any other information. Guys, this is Muhammad Ali's grandson, so you understand who they're setting up. His one loss is via grappling. On Figueroa, there's no tape. None at all. Can't find anything, at least. And because of that, can't do anything with it. I think Walsh wins. I think he wins by knockout. He's a great striker. He's still very green as a martial artist, but his striking is fantastic, and there couldn't be a more clear setup. I mean, the name thing, just the Ali thing, like, PFL is going to go ham on this. So I think they're setting him up. don't have tape on Figueroa, so I'm not going to put any bets on it. But the people who played Walsh by knockout at minus 160, I can't blame them. I know the line has been blown up since, so I think just don't touch it. And we're going to move on. This fight sucks. We've got Olena Kolesnyk versus Aspen Ladd. Kolesnyk 7-5-0. She's 33, 5'9" at the 68-inch reach. Ladd 10-3-0. She's 28, 5'6" with the 66-inch reach. So she's giving up 3 inches in height, 2 inches in reach. For me, I really wanted to bet Kolesnyk, fellow Ukrainian, close to my heart, but I don't like bias. And man, she's so bad. She's just so bad. She's not good at anything. She's just okay. She's a serviceable martial artist, and it's all I can say about her. I tried. I wanted to play her as the dog. Ladd, she did decent in the UFC, ended up leaving or getting cut. I don't remember. The fight against Bud wasn't fantastic, but Ladd should be much, much better. I mean, she's fought at a much higher level. The competition she's faced isn't even close to Kolesnyk. It's a much higher level. And her striking is probably better. Her grappling is better. Her clinch game is definitely better. The physicality, they're both very big. Kolesnyk has fought at this weight class before. I don't think Ladd has. Well, we're at featherweight now. I'm pretty sure Ladd has fought at featherweight, but I think Kolesnyk will have a little bit of a physicality edge. I think this is a complete pass fight. You can't bet Ladd at these odds because she never does enough to make her clearly the winner. And Kolesnyk isn't good. I don't really see how she wins. So I think this is a complete pass. Tommy Under saying the under 1.5 here, which is plus 100. Is it actually? Or were you talking about for the other line? Yeah, no, you must have been talking about the Walsh fight. It's minus 120 now, but I don't hate it either. I can't bet if I don't have any tape on Figueroa. Ladd fight, have unders again, under 2.5. Don't hate it. Kolesnyk is not very good. But who finished her? I mean, she got knocked out twice by Pacheco. Let me pull it up. Twice by Pacheco. She got rear naked choked by Felicia Spencer in 2018. Armbarred by Pam Sorensen. Okay, yeah, she can get finished here. I mean, I don't think she's very good in general. So it's a pass for me. Ladd is the pick, but I'm not playing her at this price. And we're going to move on. All right. We're at the co-main event of the evening. We've got Bruno Cappelozza versus Matheus Scheffel. This is a rematch, the second fight. Cappelozza, he's 15-6-0, 33 years old, 6'2" with the 79-inch reach. On the other side, you've got Scheffel. He's 17-9-0, 30 years old. He's 3 years younger. Same height. He's got a 4-inch reach disadvantage. I think the height thing is incorrect. I watched their face-off today, and Scheffel did indeed look bigger. And look, for me, I think if you got Scheffel at like the heavy underdog price, whatever it was, like plus 200, good bet. Good bet. Because he showed that technique-wise, he's probably the better guy, at least in the striking. I never thought that highly of Cappelozza. I thought he had a really good run, a really lucky run for his first title. And I didn't expect him to do it again. And he didn't. I don't think he's that great. I think he's a little small for a heavyweight. And I just don't think his technique is that great. But that said, Scheffel's been knocked out, like I think it was 6 times. Scheffel, he's got good striking. I definitely like his boxing better than Cappelozza's, but Cappelozza still has the power. He still has the ability to strike at range. And he does have grappling. He didn't use that grappling at all in the Scheffel fight, which I don't know why he didn't, because Scheffel has shown a deficiency in the takedown defense. If Cappelozza shows up, if he uses his output, if he takes advantage of his power, if he uses that grappling, I think he should win this fight. I do. And at minus 148 now where it's at, I'm leaning towards him. I think it's another pass. I do. Even though I might get to a bet for Cappelozza. It's the power in the wrestling that's making me tempted. And Scheffel's not that, like, he's nothing special. He's not. Like, he's very hittable. His striking is just, like, I would rate it a 6.5 out of 10. Ground game's not good. Pick will be Cappelozza. No bet. I don't think either guy's very good. And yeah, we won't spend too much time on this one. We've got the main event of the evening, Larissa Pacheco versus Julia Budd. Pacheco 19-4-0. She's 28 years old, 5'6" with a 69-inch reach. Budd on the other side, she's 16-5-0. 39. She's 9 years older, 2 inches taller, 1 inch reach advantage. Look, Pacheco is what is it? Minus 1,200 now? Minus 950, minus 1,000. I don't know how accurate that is. I mean, Pacheco is an animal. She's looked like an animal. She beat Kayla Harrison. I get it. But like can she lose on a bad night? Yeah, like I don't think you should parlay her or anything at minus 1,000. I think you should be passing on this fight unless you like the totals. I liked the fight goes to decision. I know everybody thinks I'm crazy. I got it at plus 110. It's now plus 145, so I messed up the line movement there. But it's durable, man. Last time she got finished, it was in the 4th round by Cyborg. It took 4 rounds. Pacheco, I love her. She's a stud. She's rapidly improving, still young, already really good. She'll probably dominate. I don't think she's going to finish here. The women that she's finishing, they're ass. Like, who's she finishing? Let's go over it. Olena Kolesnyk, Gina Fabian, Zamzagul Faizanolonova, who also got finished by Jindrova. Olena Kolesnyk again. Julia Pacheco. Sarah Kaufman decision in 2019 she wins. Bobby Joe Dalzio, she finishes. Carol Rosa in 2018. All right, that's a good one. She's not getting a lot of finishes recently against good opponents. She hasn't fought good opponents. That's a great counter. But I think going with the overs here or the fight goes isn't a bad look. But I think it's going to try to grapple as well. I think we're going to see a lot of cage control time. Am I going to be nervous when Pacheco is landing bombs? Yeah, I will. And it's a unit. It's a unit play. It's a moderate play. But I think it's a good spot. So give me fight goes to decision here. Dominant decision for Pacheco is my prediction. And that's going to be it for me. So my final slate as of now, Danilo Marques plus 125, 1 unit. Amber Leibrock plus 170, a half unit. I'll be adding Sobek for a half unit as well. Pacheco Budd fight goes 1 unit plus 110. Ferreira Kuniev over 1.5 minus 105, a half unit. Nunes sub half unit plus 120. And the parlay that got ruined by Michal pulling out, it's just now Kuniev for 1.2. So that's it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Good luck with any bets you have this weekend. I did say I'll give out my Aries and ACA bets at the end of this pod. So for Aries FC, I played Ivana Petrovic. I got her at plus 240, which is so lit because she was like a heavy favorite for a sec. And then the line was just jumping around. And I saw her at plus 240, and I was like, bet. I think she should win that fight. Like, pick them okay, but plus 240, give me Petrovic. Lutando Biko took him minus 125 for a unit. He's now like minus 215. Don't do that. He's 5 feet tall. I played him because he's a great grappler. He's well-rounded, and the guy he's fighting, Faidin, he's a good prospect, but his wrestling, his counter wrestling, his takedown defense, terrible. It's terrible. He's for sure the better striker here, but Biko will probably take him down and control him. But at this price, I wouldn't do it. It's a dog or pass at that price tag. And I took Robert Valentin at minus 135. That's a rematch. He's now minus 175. It's getting a bit wide, but if you watch the first one, it ended because of illegal elbows. But to me, it looked like Valentin was winning that fight, and I think he should win again. So that's what I played for Aries FC. For ACA, I've got Josiel Silva for a unit. I got him at minus 165. He's minus 200. I'd wait. I think the line will come back down, and you can get a closer line, but I think he should win. Dude is awesome. I wish the UFC would sign him, but they don't often bring in ACA guys. And then I haven't played these yet. Oh, I actually did play one other one. Why did it still... Man, why is it not updating when I keep playing it? I tried to track it, and it didn't go. It's, let me tell you guys. Rajnach. Vyacheslav Rajnach plus 275 for a half unit. I like that spot. Oh, I didn't track it yet because it's not up on Bet MMA yet. But I like that spot. I like Davi Ramos. I'm going to play him probably. And I like Dipchikov. And I'm going to wait on that line too. So that's all I got this week. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to run back my UFC breakdown and have a good one. Good luck with everything once again.